Hello, good morning, everyone. You're welcome to today's live section with Nexi Concepts Limited. Okay, my name is Anthony, and I'll be taking you on some topics for today. Okay, so thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Risikat and Nengilicious, thank you for joining. Remit one, thank you for joining. Okay. Queensley, thank you for joining. Okay. Today we'll be talking about some topics, so it's not be just one topic. Probably towards the end of this live section, I will want to invite somebody to probably ask questions. Invite people to ask questions so that we can also share experiences together. Okay, so but today we'll be talking on April, May, and June intake. Okay, so if you are still able to meet April, May, and June intake today, you will find out. Okay, and also we talking about importance of starting up your applications very early. Okay, so we're talking about that. So I still want more people to join in. Okay, Miss Karen, thank you for joining. Justice Kings, thank you for joining. Wumi Ashake, thank you for joining. Okay, so I think I'll wait for more people to join so that we can start proper. Okay, so okay, so talking about April, May, June intake. April, May, June intake. What are the chances of getting offers for this particular intake? So the chances are very limited and very, very slim. I won't lie to you, okay, because we have less number of schools that are taking applications, okay, for April, May, June intakes. The schools are not actually much. So I'll be reading out some of the schools that are still taking applications, okay, and most of these schools are located inside London. Okay, so you know about it's up by now. You're supposed to know that living inside London is quite on the high side. Okay, so if you want to study inside London, I think this is the best opportunity to even make the application because they will needing students. Okay, and also their costs, how much the tuition fees is, and the deposit. Okay, so for May June intake, we have schools like Richmond University. Richmond University, it's located inside London, and it is the courses available are international relation and marketing, which is very much open. Okay, we have University of Roehampton. That one too is located inside London. Okay, and courses available. The most important courses that are available are digital marketing, human resource management, and global marketing. Okay, those are the courses that are available for University of Roehampton. We also have University of Bedfordshire. University of Bedfordshire is located in Luton, England. Okay, they have some management courses and business courses that are still open for June intake. There's the June intake, the February intake, and April intake. They've closed application for now. They're no longer taking applications for May, June intake. Okay, so we are left with June and September and October. The Bedfordshire is still much open, just that their tuition deposit is quite on the high side, which is 65% of your total tuition fee for that year. Okay, so we also have University of Greenwich. University of Greenwich is open to international students for April intake, and application is still ongoing. University of Greenwich, and it's also located inside London. We have courses like international business. Okay, so we can apply for international business to University of Greenwich for you if you are so much interested. Okay, we also have University of Law. They have this business course, strategic business management. It's available for May intake rather. It's available for May intake. Okay, So we also have Coventry University for May intake too. So there are quite some few courses that are available for May intake for University of Coventry University. So those are the courses and the schools available for now for May June intake. Okay. So if you want your application to fly for April May June intake, you can submit your application now so that we can look into it. Okay. So I'll be going to the next topic for today, which is okay. Let me appreciate those that are joining in now. Okay, Tamara Ibika, thank you for joining. Ibrahim Omolola, thank you. Joshua Sogolo, thank you for joining. Okay, so I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that name very well. I want to appreciate you for joining. Okay, thank you very much. Importance of starting early applications. Okay, I don't know, but some of us, I think we just like this Nigerian approach to things. We wait for 9 minutes to start making decisions or start hurrying people to do some things for you, which we know that is almost close to deadline, which is very wrong. If you ask me, it is very wrong, because you tend to apply pressure to yourself and also to the people making these applications. Okay, so it is best to start early if you want to leave early. Okay, if you want everything to be done on time and in the proper way, it is best you start your applications early. Don't wait till probably 2 months or some weeks to the deadline before you start your application. Okay, so it will I don't know what the cost is, but I will tag that to indecision. Okay, so even if you know you're not ready, the best thing to do is start the application early, get the offer, then you keep it. Okay, so once you're ready to make payments, you can go ahead and do the necessary things that you need to do. Okay, so the importance of making applications early is one, to help you prepare well. Okay, so preparation in terms of gathering documents like your reference. Probably you need to contact your school or your workplace for reference. You know, it's not like a big deal for you. Okay, because you know some schools will tell you to apply, probably to take 3 or 4 weeks for it to get. Some workplace will tell you, okay, we have to wait for like 2 or 3 weeks for it to be ready. So all these things need planning. So those are the reasons why you need to start up your application very early, so that you will know that getting these things are not easy. Some schools now, before you can even get transcripts, it's like doing looking for government work. You know, it is very, very difficult to get transcripts these days in Nigerian schools. So we won't tell you, go outside telling you that don't worry, we'll send you to the school. Okay, so imagine school that you've not even gotten offer from, they tell you to send it to the school. That means you have to make a provision for the school to even give you a conditional offer first before you can even send your transcript to the school. So those are the things you need to start doing on time, like run around for your transcripts, getting references from both school and workplace. Okay, and also writing your SOPs. Writing SOPs most time takes time, because you need to make research. You need to make research on the course, on the school, why you've chosen the course, what the course modules and all that. So all these things, most time it takes time. So for you to take these things very seriously, you need to start on time to do these things, so that when your documents are eventually ready, there will not be a case whereby the school tell you to go and provide this, because you've given your conditional offer. So it will just be a conditional offer straight up. Okay. So another thing to note, another reason for you to start application early is for you to build up your finances. Okay, so let's take for instance, you have to make a deposit of £4,000, £4,000 in a particular school. Okay, you need to gather the money. It's not £4,000 is not 100 naira or 200 naira or 1,000 naira that you can just pick from somewhere. You need to gather this money. So that's, if you start late and probably you don't have the finances, that means you start saying you want to defer to the next intake, and probably the next intake is far. Just let's take for instance those going for January intake that started late, okay, and already had their own conditional offers. Now what is left is to make payments. Probably your money is not complete. What are you going to do? You have to defer. That's just the truth. You have to defer to the next intake. and which most schools is September, and you hear something like, September is very far, it's very far, I cannot wait to, it's very far, but you started late. So if you started early and getting the offer, unconditional offer, you know that next thing to make payment. So in case you don't have the money to make, you can run around, probably seek for financial assistance somewhere that, you know, okay, these people will give me this, and you know, you make your payment instead of waiting till the 9 minutes to do all those things. You start early, okay, so that when you get the offer to make payment will not be a problem, okay. And also building your bank statement too. It takes you know, there's some amount of money that needs to be in your bank statement for you to be able to request for cash, okay. So these things needs preparation and time. So you cannot just start late and want to finish early. It's not possible. You have to start early to finish early, that if you want to go on time, okay. So another thing to do is to general preparation, like getting things in order, probably making research about the school, making research about the course, because some people are indecisive about the course they want to study now, okay. Some people are confused about what they want to do. So you can, when you start on time, you have this time to even seek for advices. You can go to the school website, you can make research on particular course that is relating to the field in which you want to go to. So you know the difference between particular course and particular course, so that you don't get entangled in between courses and you'll be confused, okay. And also you need to look for courses that you think align with your career path, and also that are lucrative, that after this course you're going to get a career out of it, okay. So you don't just pick a course because you want to jackpot, you have to pick a course because it will affect your career, and it also lucrative, so that you can actually, after the course, you can make some amount of money from it, okay. Not just picking a course because others are in a particular course, or because you think this, no, it doesn't work that way. You have to sit down, do your research, and come up with a course that aligns with your career path, okay. So those are the things that you need to start doing in order to secure your offer and to make early preparations, okay. So on the admission process now, you know, there's a process to everything, okay. So you don't just get an offer. There are some things you need to do for you to get an offer, or for you to get an admission. Let me use that word, admission. For you to get admitted into a particular school, you don't just submit your name and you get admitted. There are some documents that you'll be needing to submit for you to get an offer from these schools, okay. And each school come with their own different requirements. So this requirement for A might be different from the requirement for B. So some schools will tell you they need a C4 in English, and some schools will tell you 66 is okay. Some schools will tell you to go and provide IELTS, no matter what you score in English language, okay. And also the age of your English test also determines. Some schools will not accept WAEC older than 10 years. Some schools will accept WAEC older than 30 years. Okay, some schools after 10 years might tell you to go and write IELTS or to go and write an English test. Okay, while some schools tell you there's no need. Once you've gotten credit in English, it is fine. And also some courses require you to score some grades in your probably your O level or your first degree. So those are things that you need to actually put in order for you to secure admission. So you don't just pick a course, just like one of my friends was telling me yesterday that I know quite well that school does not accept HND for masters, okay. And she said the school accepts HND for masters. I was like, wow. What's the name of the student? Tell the student to tell you the truth, because most of them they don't tell you the truth because you know them and you know what they have. Probably students have gone ahead to secure a PGD before applying, because you know the student as an HND student, you want to believe that the student has a PGD somewhere, okay. So those are the things that most students are they are not particular, but because they see this person doing this thing, they want to follow that same footstep. There are some schools that don't accept HND for masters. There are some schools that don't accept third class for masters, and there are some schools that accept those particular grades for masters. So because your friend got it doesn't mean you're going to get it. You don't know your friend, you don't know the requirement that your friend put down, that your friend has, that made them accept the HND for masters or the third class for masters. Some school will tell you you have to gather some work experience relating to the field you are going into. So there are so many criteria in getting offers. So it's not a must that because your friend got an admission or got an offer from a particular school that you also get an offer from that particular school. Okay, so requirements are different, and it varies from school to school. Okay, so let us not get it twisted. Okay, so some documents that are needed: international passport, that is the page of international passport. Okay, is needed, and it has to be valid up to 6 months after your course start date. Okay, so you have an expired passport. If you have a passport that will be expiring probably between 3 to probably 6 months after your course start date, you need to renew your passport. Okay, I'm seeing some questions. Okay, so I'll attend to them probably after the okay, don't worry, I'll attend your questions probably later. Okay, so you need data page of your passport to make an application. You also need your degree certificates, be it HND certificate, ON certificate, and if you're applying with your HND certificate, you have to provide both your HND and ND certificates and both transcripts. It is very, very necessary. Okay, because even if you don't provide it, the school will still request for it, and you must provide it. So you have to provide it before even making the application. If not, you still have to provide it, and your application will be pending or up to the time you provide it. Okay. So, and also your updated CV. For those of you that are doing your personal business, include in your CV. Say from you put your position, the company you're working for, so and so date, up till date, or working from so and so time till date. So that till date shows that you're still working and you're not idle. Okay. So if your CV is not up to date, they will tell you to provide a recent work reference, and which is the same thing, because you have to provide something that you have to provide a reference from the place you are working now. So if you're working, probably you're working in a particular place and you stop working in 2020, then you provide a recent work reference. You can't provide reference of 2020, it's not possible. You have to provide something recent. Okay, so that is for updated CV. And also your statement of purpose. The statement of purpose is some call it letter of intent, some call it personal statement, some call it letter of motivation. So whatever the name you know it with, is they are aligned to, they are almost the same thing. Okay, so just explaining your a bit of your background, educational background, your work experience, how the course is relating to your work experience, and also how the course is going to affect you probably in the future. Okay, in the future. Okay, so and also another thing is your WAEC certificate. That's O level now. You can apply with both your WAEC or your NECO, and if you don't have any of those, you need to write an IELTS exam or an English test. Okay, so that is it for. And also, sorry, references, both work and academic references. You'll be needing both for your application. Okay, so you need one from school and also one from your recent place of employment, and it must be signed and stamped, carrying the referee's name, the position, the email address, and the phone number of the person, so that in case the school wants to contact the referee, they can do that, and the person will stand in for you. Okay, that's that for postgraduates. Then for undergraduates, you provide your WAEC results with good grades, both English WAEC and the necessary English, mathematics, and necessary subject that you need to get your A's and B's and C's in. Okay, and then your WAEC scratch card, which is important for them to verify your result. Then data page of international passport, a personal statement, recognition letter from your school. Of course, you're an undergraduate. You're going for an undergraduate program, so they assume you're not working. Okay, but if there is, you can put it in your CV. But I don't think they're requiring a reference from your. Okay, you also need your testimonial, good testimonial, and of course, updated CV, carrying your personal details and your educational background, and probably your work experience if there is any. Okay, so that's that for general information about making applications to the UK and the documents that you'll be needing to make your applications. And it is very, very necessary and important that you start your application on time. Very, very important, because right now the rate at which students are applying now, in fact the schools are overwhelmed with applications. And that's why most of the time when you send a mail to the school, they will, before they will respond, to take time for them to respond to your messages and emails. So it is good you start now so that you can finish on time. Okay. So, and also we also make applications to schools in the UK, Canada, Australia, and Ireland. Okay, so in case you need information about these countries and how to make applications to the schools in these countries that I just mentioned, you can actually send us a DM and requesting for more information. Of course, we are always on ground to give you any information you want. And that is why you have us here at Nexi to assist you with your applications. Okay, so I think just go straight to the answer. In case you want to join me, you can request so I can accept you, so I can join. You can actually ask your questions and probably share your experiences. Okay, from Akwaze, my sister interview was cancelled because of network problem. She had been struggling since to reschedule since then. Okay, so I want to know the school that scheduled the interview for her. I would like to know the school. Okay, so send me a DM after this live session, so I can talk about it and how to go about probably rescheduling an earlier date with this. Okay, you said BCU. Okay, that's fine. So after now, you can send me a DM so that we can attend to it together. Okay, so in case you want to join me on this live section, you can actually make your request now. Okay, or you ask your questions or the comment section so I can see them and answer them. Okay. Okay. So I guess since there is no question, okay, I want to appreciate everybody for joining. I want to thank you for making out time to join me in this live session. My name is Anthony, a counseling officer at Nexi Concept Limited. Thank you for your time. Thank you very much. See you some other time. Are there opportunities for January intake? No. January intake is you stopped taking applications for now. Okay, you can't even meet up because you can't even meet up. That's just the truth. So there's no opportunity for January intake again. So the next available intake is April, May, and June intake. Okay, and it is not as open as that of September intake. Okay, thank you very much.